Green Team Media.
Super Bowl Sunday, that's going to be crazy to watch that go down.
Mm-hmm.
What can they expect? Well,
we were calling it the after party.
The after party.
The after party after the Super Bowl.
We'll be hosting, the Voice will be hosting the Super Bowl after party this year. Official. It's like they took the most, it's like they took it from being a thing where there was a couple incredible singers and they just spread it out throughout everyone. So every team is strong. The teams are bigger this year. We got 12 people per team. We're going to spend a lot more time fine-tuning. We're going to be able to see that on the show because that wasn't seen enough last year. This is going to be a very labor-intensive process with the artists all the time, working and really fighting for this one because it's even as it could possibly be.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have the right attitude, and I believe that in order to be successful as a personality, you must first be successful as a person. So attitude is where it starts first. I'm saying, so I'm humbled by his win, and I'm also encouraged. I mean, and so I made sure that I was a lot more particular, and I listened more intentfully and critically. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that my team all throughout was solid. You know what I mean? But actually, like I said, it tripled in talent, and there was so much to choose from. I think I can say this, but we had to kind of cancel out a day's worth of talent, and even our teams were larger, of course. So, we got to our 12 team members in a matter, of days.
Last year we didn't have enough people.
Yeah.
Oops. Last year we didn't have enough people. This year we had too many. I mean, it's the opposite. Last year it took me forever to fill my team up. This year I was trying to hold back so I could make sure to wait for the best talent. So there was definitely there are a lot of amazing singers that didn't make it. I mean, it's stiff competition. And it's cool because this year is kind of more about the artistry of what people do, their stories, who they are, what they want to be, what they want to accomplish. It's not so much about someone coming out there and just singing the lights out necessarily. There are other things and other aspects that, to me now, that are being incorporated that are much more well-rounded, I guess, is the best way to explain it.
But to answer your question, I'm going to give him a run for his money this year. All right?
You got it. I expect it.
I know.
I want it.
I know. It's like at least 10 of those moments.
Yeah. There were a lot of moments where I felt there will never be. I will say this: there was a loss of innocence in Javier with us and Javier because all of us, for the first time
Right.
any of us ever felt like we found the voice,
Right.
was with Javier.
Right.
So it's almost like you can't recreate that. That's never going to happen again. Now you need to take what's gone down, and because that'll never feel the same way again, you can't feel the same way twice. We have to take the new group of people and create a Javier. That doesn't exist from the. And also that moment is now gone. That's what that was. But now, maybe we're slightly more jaded because we have no choice but to be, because we do this all the time.
Exactly, but
and we got to take it and make something out of it.
That moment in time is incomparable. It truly is.
That moment was when the show officially worked in my eyes. That's when I knew that we were on to something, is when we had that first battle for him. I was like, man, this is going to be something else.
I'm sure that it's not easy, but apparently it's not impossible, because quite a few of them have,
Don't you kind of feel like after a minute,
Right.
You really only have 60 seconds.
I've heard
at the
executives
most.
say that too about records. Like if they're not into a song, in the first minute, it's not a hit.
Yeah, because you listen, right? You listen and you're like, after 60 seconds, you're like, no. Or you're like, I gotta do it, bam. There's so 90 seconds, the last 30 seconds is basically uncomfortable because no chairs have turned around, or someone's gonna turn around after 60 seconds.